All right, so thrilled to announce that I'm wrapping up this ceiling and the long pieces, at least on the angled part of the ceiling. I've still got that center section down there to wrap up, but I figured in case anyone is crazy enough like me to do this alone, these pieces are just shy of 14 feet each. I wanted to show my process for how I'm getting them up there, how I'm able to do this without second set of hands, and actually come out with, pretty consistent installs of each board and a pretty good final product, if I do say so myself. So here we go. So step one is I basically have like 13 and a half feet length that I don't have to be perfect with because I'm hiding both ends of these boards with the pieces that they're overlapping with. I'm cutting them in a 45-degree angle just to give myself a higher chance of not having exposed ends on either side, and they're kind of meeting nicely with the wall and the ceiling that way, the flat ceiling. And then loading up with PL, basically this amount on each board, just to help me with, added protection, making sure these boards don't move over the years moving forward. Now let's get it up there. Okay, so the biggest key is putting a cleat here. So I basically figure out, where this line ends up being that all of them meet the wall, and then just put a scrap piece here, brad nailed temporarily in place. So that holds this end while I get up on the staging and handle that end. It's tongue and groove, so I've got to kind of tap it all in with my hammer and make sure it's tight and make sure that I'm consistent with the lines, so I'm not, ruining the course where it's not tight enough there and it's too tight up there, and then all of a sudden the lines aren't straight. So that's the hardest place, to tap it in tightly. So I basically put the bottom on the cleat loose, leaving like an inch gap on the left, and that allows me an easier time of tapping in the top tight while I'm reaching overhead like that, and then working my way down, I get the rest of it tight. Some boards are slightly warped, so it makes it difficult, and I've kind of got to pin the top tight and then come down here and bang the bottom all the way left and hold it with one hand while I nail it with the other hand. So here we go. So I'm hitting the strapping with 3 brads on each one, and for the most part I'm able to just follow the line of my previous brad nail holes, but on certain ones I just double check, and right there I'm glad I did, because the strapping was a little higher than I aimed. You can kind of tell when it grabs and when it doesn't grab. And typically I use my magnet, but I'm bouncing between 2 jobs right now, and I left it at the other job site. So I'm going old fashioned. Finish nail my hammer, which sometimes works a little better. Final section down here. But so everything on the top is already nailed in. Then I come down to the bottom. This board ended up being really straight. So this is tight up. If I need to, just bang it home. And make sure I don't get any studs. Yeah. See? Sometimes they veer off. Okay. If you can believe it. 3 pieces left. And then that middle section. Let's go.